So, not knowing when to put a dying horse cat down, those fiends at Accolade have returned to ask another game developer to take one of their original IPs and plaster Bubsy on it.
Welcome back, everybody.
I know what you're thinking, Matt. Oh no, not again.
They remember those two?
Honestly, this game remembers pretty much everything else that the Woolly Strikes Back didn't cover. Like, those two are Bubsy's other friends.
And Polly and Esther.
Yeah, they remember the armadillo from the TV show.
I'm almost convinced he might be voiced by the same guy from the show, but anyway. Oh yeah, and they also remember the villain from the second Bubsy game.
Oinker. Wait, and isn't that Tails' voice actress as the Woolies?
Not sure, to be honest. Although I guess I will ask, is this still Vic as Bubsy?
I believe so. It sounds like the exact same actor from Woolly Strike Back.
Yeah,
Yes,
I think Vic.
That is Vic Mignogna.
And you know what? I'm sure Matt won't appreciate this joke, but I will say now because of Bubsy, Vic. Never mind.
He's mad at me, isn't he? Doubtful. He never mentioned you. You're not exactly.
It's distasteful. Never mind.
No, you can do it. Can't say I blame him. It's Bubsy. Nobody will watch.
I mean, considering that Funimation's own name is going through the mud right now, would it really be that less tasteful?
Okay, did anybody hear about the whole recent Funimation bullshit?
Yes, but first let's talk about the game real quick before we get on to that. So, first off, I'll say the animations of this cutscene is not bad.
Yeah, but it looks like PS2.
The production values for this game in general are pretty decent, and, I mean, considering how weird it looks, it honestly makes sense that this is also from the same people that made Bit Trip Runners 2 and 3.
Yeah.
Crocs.
No, they're not.
Oh, my
I
bad.
bet
I
you
thought
do.
they had holes on the top of them like Crocs.
You know, not going to lie, that this now has to be Vic's legacy.
I'm about ready to upgrade you two from insufferable.
Sad but true, huh?
This all sounds pretty dangerous, Bubsy.
That's not his voice.
And I swear, whenever I listen to Arnold's voice, he sounds familiar too. But
Fun fact, the only cast member I can find in this game is Vic Mignogna as Bubsy. Probably because nobody played long enough to see the credits.
Which is funny, considering that for the longest time, look at that guy on the right just seeing... Anyway.
Yeah.
yeah, I'm here too.
It's funny that... Oh yeah, go ahead, James.
So yeah, Bubsy's latest game, Paws on Fire, for the Nintendo Switch, which is funny considering that this game's been out for a little while now on other consoles. It's just that only recently, as of August 29th, that it got the Switch release. Just in time for Astral Chain to be out as well.
Yeah.
And for the Spyro Grand Prix.
And guess which one people got? None of them, because for some reason Astral Chain wasn't advertised as well. God damn it.
So, I was going to... So how does this game compare to the more or less frickin', Gianna Sisters palette swap that was the first game, the Woolly Strike Back?
So, whereas Woolly Strike Back pretty much pulled on the chains of that game, this pulls on the chains of Bit Trip Runner. I mean, again, same developers and everything.
Oh.
Which, for what's worth, actually does work for this game. Like, I'll outright say it. This is actually the least bad Bubsy game I've ever played. In fact, I dare say it's actually pretty good.
Yes, but saying least bad does still not make it good.
He just said that was actually good.
I'd say in this game's case, it's perfectly fine. Like, say for maybe one other thing, I would say this is like the most harmless Bubsy game in existence.
Let's go.
You gotta wonder if Vic...
I was gonna say, no, it's funny that you say that he, it's funny that you could only find his voice, you could only find his voice actor for a while, considering that when the first game he voiced in came out, no one could find out who the heck voiced Bubsy for the longest time. And now he's the only one we know.
A lot of people thought it was actually Vic's friend, Todd Habercorn. I don't know if they're still friends though.
I was under the assumption it was Brian Drummond.
Again, there could have been a lot of... So, it's not quite as rhythmically focused as Bit Trip Runner,
well,
but...
this is a tutorial.
Oh, that's fair.
I mean, in all fairness, though, Logan is right. Like, this game is not nearly as strict with the whole rhythmic energies of the Bit Trip games. Like, this one honestly plays it pretty safe. And, I mean, to its credit, like... I mean, it's still pretty fun regardless of that.
I was gonna say, looking at this, nice. Yeah, looking at okay, you can hold down to fall down faster. I mean, looking at this, like, this still looks solid to me.
Oh yeah, by the way, the further you rank up your bonus score, the more your character's appearance changes of a sort. Like in Bubsy's case, like, you see that his shoes are on fire. But once you raise the bonus level to a certain extent, he himself turns on fire.
Help.
Dunk, dunk.
Wait, Bubsy literally on fire? Oh, that's exciting.
Yes.
Head's paws on fire.
Oh.
Dunk.
Yeah, this is pretty good.
But yeah, no, like, the whole name of the game is pretty much just to collect as much as you can and get as high enough of a score as you can, all while trying to actually beat the level.
By the way, just going to say, if... Just gotta say, if, oh god, I accidentally have this music way too loud. Anyway, if, like, if Bubsy was screaming the entire time he was on fire, then that'd make this the greatest game ever. But, I doubt he does.
Actually, one of the clips on the loading screen actually says, "Don't worry, Bubsy actually likes being on fire."
No.
Okay, so after you bounce on something, you can actually jump again in the air.
Mm-hmm. Like, honestly, this game just does not give two shits about the laws of physics, hence why he still has this glide ability.
There. So, yeah, I mean, from what I just saw there,
low battery.
Don't worry, I just had enough to spare to outlast this look at it.
So, I mean...
See, look at that, Bubsy can glide. Laws of physics be damned. I mean, darned.
Woo. But yeah, I mean, looking at this, God, that Virgil model, they've all seen things.
They stare into your soul.
I have looked into the void, and the void has looked back.
So the thing about Bubsy Paws on Fire is that to progress through the game, you need to collect a certain amount of medals. You get one medal for beating one level with one particular character. Hence why now I'm going to switch over to Bubsy's other friend, Arnold.
Okay, from the TV show.
As far as I'm concerned, has only appeared in that failed pilot.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Except this model has failed because... Okay, let's do this. Oh, no, this is Virgil.
Every single opening has a unique opening.
Oh no, we're collecting the atoms! No, they're referencing 3D!
Yep.
I thought they were... Actually, yeah, they are referencing 3D. I figured it was like a Bubsy 2 reference, but I guess, yeah, 3D would make more sense. Even so, it makes more sense for a character like this guy, considering, well, he's pretty much a big science nerd.
The only thing I feel kind of bad about with Arnold's model is that it's not quite on model to the TV show.
Also, again, I thought his name was Virgil.
Yeah, this is Virgil.
Excuse me, Virgil. Arnold's the armadillo, my bad.
And I was referring to the armadillo, and that the only thing I don't like about his model is that they forgot his, like, roadkill, like, mark, like, along his back. That's iconic to his character. Come on.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yep. Totally iconic.
So yeah, so as far as like the regular levels are concerned, you primarily play through them as Bubsy, Virgil, and the Wooly agent that Polly and Esther have sent over to help them.
Okay.
Totally not a double agent, I bet.
Well, to be fair, Oinker in general, I think, is just as much a villain to the Woolies as he is to Bubsy.
And he is literally on fire.
Yep.
Cue to screaming.
It's plasma. It's plasma. So James,
but actually, if I can continue real quick, so like every character actually does have different gameplay styles compared to each other, which is why they expect you to play through all these levels multiple times. Like in Virgil's case, he can double jump, and he can also, well, he can literally do a slide. Honestly, he's the closest thing this game has to Commander Video and Bit Trip.
God damn it! I just realized the name of the level.
Yeah.
Yeah, this game still continues the tradition of every level being some sort of wordplay.
I was gonna say yes, Matt. Welcome to the party. This is a Bubsy game where they have puns everywhere that even you have to acknowledge.
Yeah, well, fuck you.
So, anywho's, how does the game control? Do you believe, James?
Oh, have you ever played Bit Trip Runner? Have you ever played Runner 2 or Runner 3? Sort of the same thing, though. There's the Wooly, who's pretty much a straight-up 2D side-scrolling shooter.
Yeah, I was about to say, this feels like a cheat in terms of running.
Yeah, actually, this is pretty But again, I will say I like this. I like the idea of because I forget if nice, because I forget if I don't know if even Runner 3 did this, but I like the idea of the characters being more than just, you know, palette swaps for the first character. Like, they actually have new, like, ideas. Look at that balloon pop animation. Like, they actually have, like, a variety to them, which would encourage me to play these levels more than once.
But Logan, you're giving this game positive reception. It's Bubsy. He's not supposed to have positive reception.
Can I just say, though, in regards to that, though, I do feel bad for Bubsy's creator so fucking bad, because, like, this was, like, him being this much of a joke in the community was never his intention.
No.
And it all stemmed from the fact that, well, his co-workers that were helping making the games for him
were kind of dicks.
despised him and did everything they could to make him seem like such a bad image in the overall community, and that's kind of where it led to today.
Yeah,
That sucks, actually.
I don't blame the main guy. I blame everybody around him because basically it feels like me.
I just more so...
Thanks for
But I agree... But I
I'm saying
agree
is that
in
you
the...
can make something good out of something bad, and I feel like this is one of those cases where if you can get past all the cringy meta humor, like this is one of those cases where they actually made something good out of something bad.
But if you can hear me out then, and I don't mean this at all with ill will to Matt, but I almost am worried that Matt represents everything wrong with why this isn't going to work.
How so?
Is that it's Bubsy. They could make the best game on the freaking planet.
And it would be hated because you slap Bubsy's face on it.
Right. That's why I really feel for them, because I feel like no matter what they do, it's doomed to fail because it's Bubsy.
Right, because Bubsy has already established a pretty strong stigma against him.
Right.
That it's to a point where nothing's going to change anyone's mind.
And that's why I'm really... And yeah, sorry. Oh, jeez. Now, oh, gosh. What is
Whoa,
this?
what's up?
So these are Arnold's levels. You actually don't get to play these right away. You may have noticed, like in the other three levels,
God, it's
where I played as
Lost
Bubsy, Virgil.
Kind
of, yeah.
This is actually... I will say, this is actually pretty impressive to see from the Runner developers.
It is impressive, though at the same time I wish it controlled a little better.
Probably. Is it just analog stick?
It's the analog stick. Well, you can use the analog stick, the D-pad, or the L and R buttons if you so need to, but it kind of... The way you can move Arnold around the tube is very,
Oh!
It's not like a case where you just got to hold down left or right to move all over. Like, no, you have to hold in that particular direction to go to that direction.
Oh.
Okay, so here's... I'm going to make a rebuttal for you, Logan.
Yay, he's gonna defend this game. Go for it.
Not really defending this game. I said a rebuttal. I'm defending myself. Here's the
Okay,
thing.
go ahead.
Well, he wasn't being mad at you specifically. He's just explaining why the whole stigma with Bubsy
I
is
know.
it's so strong. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
But go ahead and rebut.
Okay. Basically...
Kanji.
Huh. I bet that kanji
Hawaiian.
means Bubsy.
What is oof? Oof.
It's just a shirt.
There
That's
it
it
is.
is.
Thank you.
Oh, it's
Okay,
there it is.
Basically, with all those collectibles you get throughout the levels, you can use them to buy all these.
Only his helmet
palette
changes.
swaps.
Ah,
Yeah.
nuts.
But yeah, okay.
He's a stylish dude.
Okay.
Go ahead. You go ahead, Matt.
If they truly tried making a great game with Bubsy, but it doesn't feel like the developers are really trying either. This doesn't look like a bad game. I will admit, this does not look like a bad game.
Don't know.
However, it looks like a generic game.
I feel
I
like.
guess when you put it that way, I
Okay.
guess. Like,
I
I
mean-
mean, Grant,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
No, go for it.
Oh no, you go ahead. I insist. After you.
Is that I do agree in that, in the sense of they did a lot with this, but they still kind of did like a new paint job on another game type. Like, it doesn't feel like unique.
Yeah.
It
for
doesn't feel
Bubsy.
genuine.
Again, if they did it more uniquely or tried their own thing, then I'd probably accept it more. But yeah.
Samage.
I mean, if you gotta start from somewhere, I mean, doing this route doesn't really hurt it. It's just
Not going to lie,
yeah,
she
it's just a
she
thing.
has the best palette swaps because at least
Those are fun.
her ship changes. All the others are just reskins.
No, Virgil's
much.
helmet changed a couple times between the Viking helmet
Yeah,
and
true.
nice.
Okay, but
and that stuff.
that is like one or two. All of hers were.
I agree. I understand. Yeah, I got you there. So, ultimately, but I will say, like, depending on how the sales of this game does, I mean, it will it will show a really like odd thing happening where Bubsy actually has some staying power.
Hey, look,
and
it's James Bub.
wow.
Actually, what I was about to say is that, like, honestly, Logan, I don't think even sales are going to play that big a factor, because if I'm not mistaken, The Woolly Strikes Back wasn't a particularly well-sold game, but that didn't stop them from trying to get with this.
I think it's. I have a feeling it sold just enough to make back whatever they did pay, and that's kind of why they were able to get choice provisions to make.
Yay
this
for
game all of a
curiosities.
sudden.
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much.
Which is, I mean, again, and you can't deny the fact that Bubsy has some of the best, like, viral marketing in the quote unquote meme, like, hatred towards it, or at least
It's
the
like,
meme, like,
I
cringy,
will
like-
appreciate that from Woolly's Strike Back onwards. I do think it's kind of neat that they basically are using the very stigma Bubsy has, and are just using that as the advertising. I think that actually is kind of funny.
It's smart.
Yeah,
no, it's smart,
Now
actually.
Now he was on fire.
Oh, now we're on fire.
Hold on, no, once he's actually on fire again.
Oh, God.
Yeah,
We explode. Oh, we're almost there. There we go. See, right there, that's the reason why they're not going to actually do this. Because...
Yeah. Actually,
Yes,
for some
Actually,
reason,
No.
if you manage to reach the, if you manage to get the bonus meter filled up all the way, he literally goes even further than this. Like, he just straight up, it gets engulfed in like this blue charged state sort of
The
thing.
sacred
like,
blue fire.
ember all over him.
Actually, I was also thinking of, like, just continuing off the joke Matt did. I feel like it'd be like that one instance with Plankton where it's like he will scream, then he'll just stop screaming for a minute just to catch his breath.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah, no. He's totally okay with this. Man, seriously, those Crocs are some potent
He's
stuff.
basically,
Oh, yeah.
he's basically like that one meme. This is fine.
So let's get to the brass tacks. Careless was scared. So let's get to the brass tacks. James, how much is this game?
I forget exactly. I want to say it's either around 20 or 30 bucks.
Not
Let's look that up.
worth it. I'm sorry. This game looks like maybe 20, but 30?
I would say 15 to 20 at
Yeah,
most. I'd
15.
pay.
Let me
to
see,
20.
let me check.
It's
It
not
is
even worth a nickel.
currently
Okay,
25
guys.
It's currently 25
A
bucks.
little too much.
Okay, it's getting there. How many stages are there?
To this game's credit, though, it's not exactly the straight up short adventure that the Woolly Strikes Back is. There's at least more than one world to it.
And I can see this working, and I definitely see this style of gameplay working on the Switch, where it's mobile and you can take it everywhere.
Pretty much, yeah. Like it's a decent time killer, if nothing else. Just it's Bubsy.
But I agree. I see a level of polish and a level of
Effort.
production value that's better than what Woolly Strike Back was, which is a good start.
It looks like the developers cared for this one. However, they only cared just enough to make it passable.
Well, to be fair, considering the previous games, that's still a big step up.
That's true.
I'm pretty sure that's all Accolade wanted. Accolade said, just make it functional, make it work.
Make it good. And you know what? I will say, I think I've said this before, I'll say it again. I think they did make a smart choice picking choice provisions to develop the game, considering their own brand of visual humor and all that stuff actually does fit very well with Bubsy.
Yeah.
And here we
Yeah.
are. But yeah, that's pretty much it for our look at on Bubsy Paws on Fire. And now my hands are on fire. Till next time, guys.
Bye, everybody.
Yeah.